these folks are going too damn far. I mean, I'm so serious now. QAnon members in Dallas, they believed that President Kennedy, who's been dead since 1963, and his son, JFK Jr., who's been dead since 1999. Let's put up their pictures, okay? QAnon members in Dallas gathered yesterday because they believed these two men, now I'm not making this up, that these two men would resurrect from the dead to declare Donald Trump as, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all, I'm trying to get through this story with a straight face. So sorry, that's so unprofessional. They believed that these two men were going to resurrect from the dead to declare Donald Trump as president of the United States. Here's the video.
Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!
We gotta did we land on the moon?
No!
Did we land on the moon?
No! Let's go, fake news! Yep.
It is almost 12:29. Any minute now, the big reveal. The crowd is big, ready to go.
You saw that crowd, right? 12:30 p.m. was important Central Time because that was right around the time of Kennedy Sr.'s assassination. All right, so 12:30 p.m. approached. The hundreds of people gathered at the Kennedy assassination site at the plaza began to chant, "God bless America" and JFK. The chanting dwindled after the Kennedys failed to appear. An hour later, the crowd had dwindled to roughly a few dozen people standing in the rain. Now, you have to laugh not to cry. But this is what we're dealing with, okay? This is what we're dealing with. It gets deeper. Rather than face their disappointment, though, the QAnon faithful quickly pivoted to a new prediction, claiming that the Kennedys and a host of other late celebrities would unveil themselves at a Rolling Stones concert in Dallas later that day. Now, do you understand why I advocate so hard for access to mental health care? There's no way you can tell me that these folks have a mental health care provider. And I take this seriously. I advocate for it because there's no way they could call somebody and say, "Listen, doc, this is what I'm thinking." Okay? These people believe this. They believe it. You have to start from the reality of that premise. They believe these things, and they are being massively manipulated by people who don't really believe it. You see, that's the part that's evil. The people who are on the ground, they're not evil, they're misguided. They're vulnerable. Some of them, they have some issues, right? But they're not the evil ones. The evil ones are those manipulating their vulnerabilities. Those are the evil ones. Pisses me off. Okay, Ms. Dahl, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. For one, I was very confused of why they thought JFK Jr. would be Trump's vice president. I always try to find the logic, I mean, isn't he a Democrat? So that, but anyway, but I agree. This is
wait a minute, attorney.
Yeah.
Attorney, you're literally trying to find logic in any of this.
I know. I know that that's how my brain works. I'm like, okay, so assuming this is true, but why? Okay, that part they lost me. Let's just say that. They had me until then. No, but it's a cult, right? And I've heard from family members who have lost people in this QAnon cult. And what you're pointing about mental health, I mean, that's the real tragedy here, is people are being manipulated and lied to. And also the fact that we have 2 Congress people who are QAnon believers. And so the fact that we're having Democratic people who are really deciding major issues involved in this is also the real issue. So as ridiculous as we all can know that this is, again, I always kind of ask, like, what do you do about it? I mean, at least here you're highlighting it, which is great.
Yeah.